Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob.
James?
Taylor.
Cameron.
And Ryan.
And tonight we are going to watch Cobweb, singular, correct? It's a singular Cobweb.
Yes.
That is correct.
This is a 2023 film that Cameron absolutely adores. What'd you say about it last time, Cameron?
Really good.
See, it's already there.
There it is.
When Cameron was in Cobweb Land, let my Cameron go.
Well, that's it. That's the whole movie. This is Taylor the only person who's seen it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
Nope, not me.
I see. I don't like
It was
I don't
on the
like how
list,
this is
and I
starting. Just Taylor being the only one who's seen it.
Just over there half chubbed, waiting for us to watch it. Said half. If you have not heard about this film, like Cameron, this is described as an 8-year-old boy tries to investigate the mysterious knocking sounds that are coming from inside the walls of his house, unveiling a dark secret that his sinister parents have kept hidden from him.
Did his room back up to theirs?
Probably a cobweb. 47-inch dildo. Just thumping against the wall every night. This
Not with this zero sex and nudity.
got that image in my head now.
You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
This stars Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr. Lizzie Kaplan, I always think of True Blood for some reason, but she was also Masters of Sex and Mean Girls. James, I remember her from you watching that at the bar.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's so fetch.
she was one of the Mean Girls. They're all mean, right?
Get in, loser. We're going to watch Cobweb.
And Anthony Starr, you might know as Homelander from The Boys or Banshee. Nope, just The Boys. Okay. You got a parents' guide for us?
I've got it.
Let's hit it.
Rated R for horror violence and some language. Sex and nudity, none.
Oh.
I know, right? Violence and gore, moderate. Profanity, mild. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, none. Frightening and intense scenes, severe.
There it is.
So there will be
There's one redeeming quality here.
no cobwebs hanging off ancient genitalia in this film.
Thank God.
Next. All right. Anything we need to know about this? We're just going in cold, right?
Taylor said it's the greatest horror film he's ever seen.
It's not true.
We
The greatest horror film he saw last year.
We just
I
watched
said the
Long
bar
Legs.
appropriately
So
because-
no one heard you, Taylor.
I'm sorry. I said it was the best horror film that I saw last year. It's a great.
That's what I said.
It's a good will they or won't they. You've seen them in rom-coms. This is a horror will they or won't they.
27 bloody dresses. Is that what this is?
Oh, that'd be a great one.
I'd watch that,
We
actually.
could actually probably
Copyright.
Katherine Heigl.
She's not doing anything, is she?
She's not busy at all. Wearing magic underpants.
Oh, I've got some of those somewhere. Probably a different kind.
No, that's blood-stained underpants. Those are different.
That's what I said.
Hey, leave the man alone. He likes Chipotle.
Chipotle way. That's enough bullshit. All right, you want to watch this movie?
No.
I already knew exactly how that was going to play out.
You can edit over that of what
It's
I
really
actually
good.
said.
No, you said,
Really good.
yep.
It's great.
All right, let's do it.
With there someday, they say, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. The app is saying, wait, is that Shania Twain?
Who's the person singing on the app? Because they sound like shit.
Yeah, it's not Shania Twain. You're still the one that I love.
It's a they-them
The only
situation.
one I dream.
What'd you guys think? Cameron's yawning,
Yeah.
fingering his butthole.
I enjoyed it.
I never want to live in a house that old. Definitely a warning sign when there's a locked door behind the refrigerator. That's not normal.
Well, in his defense,
Are you sure?
he didn't know that was there.
There was a lot going on in that house that he didn't know about.
That's why it's a twist. You don't expect them to have two locked doors behind objects.
Very Silent Hill. So I was going the wrong way the whole time. I thought it was going to be werewolves I thought he was like going through puberty and he was about to turn, and they were trying to prevent him from leaving the house because there was so much moon imagery in like the first 30, 40 minutes of this. And it's 1 week before Halloween, and the wall that he looks at has a round window with a moonlight coming in on it.
He wants to go out trick-or-treating. They're like, no, you can't do it. Can't go outside.
3 years ago, that girl died on Halloween. Oh, they turned into werewolves and killed him. I had a whole lot of reasoning to back that up, and right until it fell apart like a bitch.
See, when you asked us if you think there's someone in the wall or if you don't, part of the reason why I said I don't is because how it was reaching through the wall.
You were looking for door number 3.
Yes.
Well, what he should have looked for is door number 2.
I know.
In the wall behind the clock.
Damn.
I think they watched Frighteners.
Yeah. A little bit.
I
assumed
was
it was-
say
But that's why I
people
was
under
saying
the
spirit.
stairs.
There was a lot of people under the stairs vibe to this. Yeah, a lot. That was Clive Barker?
Maybe.
I think that was Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this movie because it doesn't need the whole thing at the end. It's good and it's suspenseful on its own. You get that nice little, oh man, they're just abusing this kid and he's like working through it. And then you get the cherry on the top at the end. Nope. Second thing.
Yeah, I like, because there were like 3 times that happened. Because the first is one of the parents, and then you have him in the basement, and just the overall creepiness of Anthony Starr. And I wonder if he's had his name pronounced with a southern accent before. Anthony Starr.
That's it.
And you have the basement, the hammer, because you just think she's going to get clubbed the whole time.
Sure.
And it's like, okay, so they are psychopaths, and this happened. And it's like, oh yeah, but also we've got another thing with Spider Sis.
Well, sister didn't hear it. Daddy's smile.
That's true.
Yeah, it was very similar.
Well, let's ask. I'll save that question.
God, thank you.
So I'm running it through my head now of all the things she told him that she knew. So she didn't get put in the behind the clock until after the trick-or-treater saw her. Is that correct?
That's what I remember.
So she
So that pans out
asked for help,
from the
and I'm
trick-or-treater.
assuming they're the ones that abducted and killed the trick-or-treater, and that's who was in the
Correct.
buried under the pumpkins.
I was just trying to get, if it was supernatural, it would know where it is anyway. But if it was her and she had to do some business in the garden, according to Dad, she would know where it is exactly.
Yeah.
So that all checks out.
So you guys are assuming that the parents killed the trick-or-treater. I don't understand why you don't think she killed the trick-or-treater.
Just their overall demeanor and things they said throughout the film.
Yeah.
Okay. But the only person that you saw kill anybody
True.
is her. And she did it
And
pretty fucking
the
perfectly.
little boy.
And Peter.
I mean, he was
Good point.
he was conned into it basically.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, he killed the mom and the dad
Correct.
via rat poison and kicking her down the stairs, and she stabbed herself.
Well,
That's
mom,
right.
mom and dad deserved it at that point, though, because they locked
the
him
kitchen
into
knife.
the basement for how long?
Okay.
It was only a day or 3.
Hold on, because we need to question this. Did they deserve it?
Yeah, that
If
kind
you're-
of.
If you're locking your kids in basements, yeah, you deserve it.
But she also
I'm gonna
locked
have
their
to rethink my
their second
parenting.
born in the attic because it was a demon child.
Well, I have questions about the attic also. The layout of this house bothers me.
Yeah, like, can you not move?
That's some impressive wall space.
Can you not just get up and move?
Well, the daughter was supposed to be in the cage down below.
That was original part. Yeah,
But at some point, they let her out and let her go through the crawl space upstairs.
they put her in the attic, and then she found a way to kind of cut through into his room and burrow through the wall. Which
So they thought she was still down in the cage in the cellar where
No.
they locked
No.
their kid.
No.
she's supposed to be in a room behind the parents' house, behind the clock.
Yeah, behind the parents' bedroom.
I guess maybe we never saw that room clearly. All we saw was the
You just saw her
space
come out.
behind the walls.
Yeah,
Yes.
That had some what was that movie? The Boy.
Yeah.
Where they hired the nanny to take care, and the boy was like, that was the parents' offering to them. Different plot, but the
And
boy
I
was
was-
basically moving around the walls in the attic and things like that. And those are some massive passageways. Just don't build them like they used to.
Yeah, those old Victorian homes.
Gotta hide the slaves.
For good.
Well,
The
yeah,
the Underground Railroad, obviously.
right.
All right. Let's.
I mean, it's not Anne Frank's house in Germany.
Let's see how much of that we have to delete.
I mean, there's two ways to talk about this movie. There's ways to talk about everything before she shows up and everything after she shows up.
But she was there the whole time.
She was.
Which she?
But you didn't know that. And you didn't need her
Sister.
to be there. Like, she could have been a figment of his imagination, and all that part works really well.
Yeah, all of that could have played
Yeah.
both ways.
And I love that they give you enough to where you're like, oh yeah, no, she's really in there. But then they give you things to doubt it too. Like, so even when
Pushing the wall.
yeah, I mean, even when she the mother goes, like, just acknowledges, like, you're not supposed to talk to her or something like that.
Yeah, what'd she say?
What'd
she say
tell
to you?
Yeah, you're still like,
Are they all?
No,
what
they're
else
all
is going
crazy.
on here? There's
Yeah.
not a girl on the walls.
Well, I kept waiting for supernatural stuff to happen.
Right.
Same.
Which,
That's why when you said, "Is there a girl in the wall?" It's like, there's something in the wall, but is it necessarily a person? I assumed it was a demon or a djinn or whatever.
So when the wallpaper was moving, was she reaching through the little hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that's not what was happening.
we know, we know your house is riddled with glory holes.
Yeah.
That was the first poke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything you saw was really happening, but it's handled so in a what I would
Very
describe as
delicate
like
manner.
an artful way to where you get the nice payoff of he opens the door and her voice is totally fucking different, and you go, oh my god,
She's had a lot of time to perfect that change.
yes.
Oops.
I love the way they handle her. You just see her hair, and you see her hair move around, and you know she's 8 or 10 feet away
Yeah.
or ahead of that hair.
Yeah, that was fun.
Wherever they're seeing it, no.
She's already around the corner and on the ceiling.
She's behind you, bro.
Yeah. It's not a good salon in the attic.
A very cool little movie monster where it's like, fuck.
It definitely had some Malignant vibes.
Yeah. This came out after Malignant, right?
Year
this
two.
came out last year.
Malignant came out in 21,
Yeah.
right around the same time as Pig, and you are obsessed with both.
Malignant will never get another experience like that in my lifetime of a director cashing in all his fucking chips to do this to an audience. It's amazing.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
I liked how they used the suspense of the what you think is about to be a jump scare
Yeah,
multiple times, and they just draw it out.
yeah.
They're like, here comes a jump scare. Nope.
Not yet.
Here comes a jump scare. Nope.
Oh, almost had it.
And then even when it's there, it's like it's not jumpy, but they're making you anticipate it multiple
Yeah,
times in the
that
film.
that false jump.
False revealing who sister is and what she looks like. False revealing of the mom or whoever, like in the
Yeah,
hallway.
that was a good
Oh
one.
yeah,
You're
the
like,
dream that may
it's
or may
going
not have
back-
been a dream.
going back for
Yeah.
a reason. Nope. Not going to show you yet. That's fun.
Yeah, it was shot really well as far as just keeping you just waiting for that next thing to hit. And even if it doesn't hit for 15 minutes, you're still just, it's coming.
They gave us a long way to climb on this one because they started out with just the kid scared in his bedroom, which every kid's had a nightmare or been scared in their bedroom at some point. Everyone has that memory, and we at that point you don't know where it's going next. So they took it all the way.
Well,
From imagine to just mentally ill to oh my god, there's something in the wall.
It's how 70% of horror films start.
I was born in the darkness.
It's like
Waiting on it.
It's like a nightmare fairy tale.
Yeah.
She's like a fairy tale creature
A crazy Rapunzel.
that like is just like no taken by the dark powers.
Yeah. I like that analogy.
Little Miss Muffet. Down came the spider.
She didn't sit on no fucking tuffet.
So what's the bowl, bitch?
Rat poison.
It does bother me to know that that hair grew into the bush, dragging across the carpet.
That's
The
the
hardwood.
scary movie version.
Not just the drapes.
This film where it's like
It's just all bush.
Are we
Oh,
gonna
God.
see this in Scary Movie 6?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't have a lot of hobbies in the wall.
Voice modulation and crawling up walls.
Honestly, though,
DJ Diddles was number 3.
oh god,
That's what that sound was.
when
That's
this
how the
film-
tapping started.
This film loses me though, James, at the beginning when he is scared in his room, because how many? What is he? 9, 10?
He was a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
How many kids have a 20-foot wall that is just bare with not a single thing on it?
Between two lights that are
Not
made
a
for the
single
bed.
thing on. I'm like, you already lost me right there.
That's how
I
know
did
the
when I was
parents
in
were
first
crazy,
grade.
because there was nothing on the walls anywhere in the house.
Yeah, the whole house.
He had
was
some
bare.
stuff on like his bed and stuff.
Yeah, in his room, but the rest of the house was
But that
bare.
one wall, that 20-foot wall, nothing.
I had that when I was in first grade.
You're a psychopath.
I don't know if you noticed or not.
yeah.
These are not the greatest parents in the world. That go, oh yeah, we should do something
No,
nice
that
for him.
became clear later. But when they start in the room, I'm like, all right, this
Did you see the lack of curb appeal? Mom was not a great
I
decorator.
missed it.
They're the ultimate
They still had
xenophobists.
wallpaper.
My daughter doesn't look like us. Lock her up in the basement.
Why can't
I
you
just
leave?
think-
You gotta leave. Just leave.
Yeah,
So
get out of there.
based on the class size that Peter was in, they were not in a large town. Also, like the stupid children standing in the middle of the street in Halloween. But
That'll happen.
it was a small town. How come nobody remembers this couple giving birth to the spider child in the hospital or wherever it was?
It was a home birth. And they murdered the,
Well, that right there tells you they're crazy.
well, yeah.
Maybe they moved there afterwards.
Yeah.
I was a home
Because
birth. I
of-
take
Hey, what's the
offense to that.
shittiest house in the neighborhood? You got any pumpkins?
Funny you should ask.
What's the basement attic space look like here?
Yeah. How many acres of basement do you have?
Okay, then the real estate agent really should have caught something.
This was what they did
Real
with the
estate
barbarian
agents-
house after.
Yeah. Real estate agents under the pumpkins as well.
Now,
That's why the
you,
pumpkins are going bad.
you want to watch a film? There's a film.
Which one?
Barbarian.
Solid.
That's
Yeah.
a film, Taylor.
So, I want to talk about Miss Divine for a minute in this movie. Because,
She's overstepping her student-teacher bounds here a little bit.
well, first of all, Miss fucking Divine, we're just going to go ahead and
Call it out at the beginning.
let's name him Jeff Freeman. She was the, one person there to help him out the entire time. And then she gets involved in the house twice. Once with the parents alive, once with them dead.
3 times. Because she brought the drawing the first time.
Thrice.
That's what I was thinking of. First time alive with the... Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That was just the mom.
That was just the mom. Didn't actually come inside. The second time, Homelander shows up, lets her inside.
Man,
We
he was
assume-
so good in this. Star was awesome.
He had the exact same personality
Yeah.
from the boys.
That's all you have to say
Yeah.
is just be Homelander. It's like, okay, I got that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Been doing it for years. But she comes in the house the second time, and she's a teacher, and I could see a lot of this, unfortunately, happening. The going to the house, like, I know teachers that have had to make calls to Homeland and all that.
Yeah.
What was it? DS,
CPS.
CD, elemental P. But
ABC.
this teacher had some balls. She goes in the house. There's dead body parts all over the place. She doesn't leave. She goes in further, finds him, almost gets him out. He gets captured, drug into the basement. She comes back in by herself to the basement to fight off evil Rapunzel. She was a badass.
So the second time she's at the house, when she actually sits down in the kitchen
Yeah.
and she calls out Homelander for, hey, you're bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh, doing a little home renovation here. Rusty nail sticking out. Was that the daughter?
I guess.
I mean, they
it
look
would-
like
it would have had to have
scratches.
been, right?
Okay.
It
Well,
would have had to have
scratches.
been, right?
Okay.
I
But
think
like,
that's the only.
how and why?
You know, they
Oh,
never,
yeah.
they
Like, you
never
just like
showed.
feeding her or something?
Yeah, you gotta
No.
so
So you want to keep it alive?
you gotta slide some slop in there.
Well, they were good parents. They
Yeah.
couldn't kill their kid.
This is the question that I wanted to ask. Are they good parents?
No, did you see that soup?
That's the question.
What they were
you wanted to
calling
ask.
soup anyway?
They loved their kid so much that they went destitute and locked her in the walls, opposed to killing her. There
That's
are
not
other
love. I don't
options.
know what is.
Look,
I've got people locked in my walls I don't love. But there are other options. But you're not going to get a movie if they go to doctors.
Yeah.
That's just life.
I
And
mean,
it
if
sucks.
they throw the baby in the river on the way home from the hospital,
This is
we
Sparta.
don't have a show here.
maybe they're pro-life.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely on that's the only case we can make for Spider Girl.
I mean, what did they really do bad to him? They gave
Besides
him a
lock him in the
timeout.
basement?
I mean, you can't
They
lock
gave
him
him a
in the
timeout.
basement. Rob.
They gave him a timeout.
Even if Creepy Sister wasn't locked down there with him, it was still a dark basement with spiders.
I want to watch this again knowing that they were trying to prevent her from getting out, because it makes more sense of her mania and the manic crazy shit, because what they said at the end, every second you're wondering, did she get out? You can't sleep, you can't eat because it's just digging at you, and that's what they tell you at the end,
I love the MVP.
is that there's no
Yeah.
there's no escaping it. As long as I'm here, I could come get you.
Which, can't we just take care of that? Can't we
Which
make sure that she doesn't exist?
he doesn't have any problem with that apparently.
See, that's when you just pull a Halloween Kills and burn the house down around her.
Yeah.
She's
see
been living
ya.
in a basement. She's never going to be able to navigate the outside world. She doesn't even know how to log on.
She ain't got no bars. God, Circus. Oh, you're thinking OnlyFans.
Get
Yeah.
out. He's thinking Cobweb.
I was gonna say that's a killer OnlyFans there.
No doubt.
So the whole
Spraying from the
speech that
ceiling.
Anthony Starr gives about the pumpkin patch, I noticed this time around. Oh, it's all about what happened to them. He's talking about, look, there's rot in this pumpkin field, and you just gotta hope for better the next time.
That's when I had to go get pizza. I missed
the
that.
kid is the next
yeah.
time.
I see.
They buried.
He's their second chance.
That's right. They buried her in the walls because she's rotten.
And they buried the neighbor kid
That's right.
under the pumpkins.
Well, they should have supported the second kid a little better than they did. If they really wanted the good child, they were ruining him at the same time.
Yeah, but if you're paranoid of the bad child getting out,
And you haven't slept in 12 years.
yeah,
You got to walk a mile in their shoes.
they're called micro naps.
Hey, lady.
I guess that makes sense. Anthony Starr's character, the dad, he's like, "What did you do, Peter? You poisoned us? That's the one thing we wouldn't do."
We thought of that every goddamn day. Yeah, I liked it. I want to watch it again. I want to see it now that I know.
I understand.
See what you missed?
I understand your desire to have somebody else watch it.
But is that better, watching it when you already know? Because there's so many like twists. I mean, not so many, but enough
Well, you
that you need it just on the first time.
It's like
and
a
you don't have to watch
diet-
it ever again.
but you get to go back
it's perfect.
and see the clues for what they are and not what you thought they
Okay,
were.
so watch
with
it twice.
Whatever your
max.
first theory was.
It's like a diet version of the commentary version. Now I know where it's going. I can run it through in my head. That kind of stuff. I usually don't watch movies more than once, but
Except for John dies at the end.
Except for every movie we've done a
yeah.
pod, except for this, because it's the only one you haven't seen.
it's like the second or third I haven't seen.
I mean, try and think of what this movie has. It has a nightmare sequence.
Family,
No
Love.
tits.
no tits, no alcohol, drugs, and smoking,
No.
except for the rat poison.
Movies
I think that's a drug.
That's just a thing that is nice.
She's
All
speaking
the
to the
time.
microphone.
No, but you got nightmare sequences. You got real suspension of of just scenes. The scene where he's on the stairs and the shadows are cast against them.
Yeah, that was really
And then
good.
they realize he's there and they slowly turn around. There's a lot of like Shining homages. That was a Shining
Yeah,
homage.
felt like it.
So-
her hacking at the wall is a Shining homage.
100%.
Yeah. So, did anybody else? And when I was watching, you right there, James?
I'm good.
So I think I called it out in the very first scene. You think you see the wall move a little bit, and I couldn't tell if that was just maybe I'm getting old and my eyes suck. Some of the camera angles, like when they were talking in the kitchen, and you're looking from the boys, like looking from behind the boy, seeing the parents talk. It looked like it was almost wide vision, kind of like we had in Long Legs.
Yeah.
Did they do that to give like a view more like a spider would see? Like not multiple eye things, but it looked like the camera angles were distorted and everything wasn't perfectly squared off a little bit.
There were a lot of those. Like a spider would see it is a good way to point it out, because that's how the sister would see it.
Like it almost looks like you were looking at it from a vent
or from the floor. Like there was a shot early on with Star where the ceiling fan's behind his head.
Yeah.
Really, really good shot, but it was like it was from the down on the floor.
Yeah.
I noticed that
It was
as
just
well.
a lot of the different angles, like
rotating.
The sister would be seeing it, not
exactly.
everybody else is seeing it.
Stuff like that I want to go back, and now that I know what it was for, other than just being unsettling.
Got that tilted camera. Someone's going down.
Someone's gotta die.
Yep.
So going back to the cut on the arm, the actual quote was, "I cut it on a nail."
Mm-hmm.
Her nail.
Fingernail.
That's a bingo.
You just say bingo.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun.
It was fun. Fun's a good way to describe it. It was fun.
It was a fun. There was a fun monster. I liked the partial reveal that they actually let
the eye
be a partial reveal with the hair. Like, once she got out, you didn't see her until like he was in the pit at the very end. You didn't see her face, other than like the glowing eyes.
Yeah, all you saw was hair and hands.
Yeah. Very
hopefully hair, not bush.
Ringu, the Ring style with the hair. You talked about the shadows. There was another one, and it reminds me of A Nightmare Before Christmas with Oogie Boogie.
Oh yeah,
where he was going up the stairs to get to his room, and she walked into the light in her shadow, and then she like bent down and turned into a spider and crawled up. Looked exactly like that sequence where Oogie Boogie's doing something and burst into bugs.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I watched it on Monday.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually,
I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
I missed the Nicolas Cage cameo, but I'm gonna watch it again. So
He's in there.
Chris, what'd you think? Finish your pizza. What else? You got more on this? Did you read the trivia?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gives a shout out to Baby Busey.
Oh, Baby Busey.
Was Brian Busey? Was he the Busey kid?
Had to have been.
I mean, he looked like a Busey.
He looked like a miniature Busey, so.
Butter on a biscuit.
Yeah, so I will say the Brian and his older brother and friends, that's a bold strategy to just roll in after somebody opens the door for you.
Yeah.
And just start smashing shit as soon as you walk in.
And they immediately split up, not comparing notes, not even checking, the dining room table.
That didn't seem like the note-taking type.
Yeah. I mean, they were driving a rape van.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were there to murder people.
I mean...
It looked like it.
Looked like they'd done it before, maybe.
I also liked that they all wore masks, and then the fucking kid's on his crutches. Like, I wonder who that is. You think it was that kid the kid that lived there pushed down the stairs?
The fact that they had to walk past a puddle of blood when they got in and didn't notice it.
Yeah,
their combined IQ is not very high.
Him slipping on it was pretty fun, though.
I like to think that the older brothers were pranking Brian by not telling him to put the mask on. They're going to let him take the fall.
Yeah, fuck Brian.
I mean, I support it.
But yeah, they did have the red shirt vibe where every one of them was slowly figuring out what was happening separately, but none of them were like, "Hey, this is weird, guys.
Maybe this is a bad idea."
No one's here. The door open. It smells like vomit and copper.
There's puddles of blood everywhere,
but hey, there's soup. Ooh,
they should have been outside and going, "That house looks terrifying."
Brian, this is the house. Yeah, Fuck you, bud.
That is not a house that people live in.
Sorry,
Take
kid.
care of your own shit.
You're gonna have to take the loss on this one.
What are you talking about? Be a man.
No porch lights on. Rotted pumpkins covering the backyard.
No, I mean,
Hard pass.
Did we ever establish why pumpkins?
It's a horror movie.
Because all their major life events happen around Halloween, Cameron.
There's so many damn
Yeah.
pumpkins in this
are
movie.
we talking about Mr. Vaughn's sweet body?
We're not talking about those pumpkins.
That dumb truck.
Look, man, you can pick it apart. She's climbing on the walls, but she's not making holes in the walls. She doesn't have a web hand. She's fucked up. She's a fucking creature.
Well,
So
there
is
was
this
the
Doc Ock
glory
all of a
hole.
sudden?
Who the hell grows pumpkins in their backyard?
That's the
Like
issue,
in the
like-
actual yard, not a
Pumpkin
garden.
farmers.
It's not a garden. That's where grass grows.
Not at
No,
that
not
house.
if you're that family.
Pumpkins.
Maybe he had a pumpkin stand
It's a goddamn
for the holidays.
gig economy. Let them. If they want to grow pumpkins during Halloween,
They clearly ate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's clearly the number one ingredient in her soup.
judging from
Besides rat
around
poisoning?
Yeah.
the town, I bet they were crushing it.
Just making a
Look
killing.
at all the pumpkins
I
everywhere.
mean, hell, they had 30 pumpkins in the classroom.
Everywhere. He
Massive.
Brought in an extra one.
There wasn't a single small pumpkin in this movie.
Well,
No
dead
small
bodies are
pumpkins, only
small
small-
fertilizer.
But, I mean,
only small
yeah.
actors.
They're going for the town record here, Cameron.
Did we say on air that this movie came out in July of last year?
We did not.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
On air.
I think you did. Yeah.
We did now.
It's on air.
We just did.
Halloween themed movie came out in July with Barbie and hip hop Oppenheimer.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Hip hop Oppenheimer.
Papa Nodemeyer?
That's what I wanted to say.
I will say, I just thought it was nice to have a Busey in a movie that's very abusey.
Busey?
What?
You need that rat poison left.
Also, I think my favorite little shot in this movie was the dream where Anthony Starr was standing in the corner smiling and his eye
You
lids.
can hear it click.
Where-
When it's, yeah.
See, that's another part. Like I was going, like this is supernatural stuff because we get
Yeah.
that entire sequence.
Yeah, they go, hey,
Of-
look over here.
Again,
Ah!
like upside down. You're like, maybe it's a dream. Like, maybe it's not.
Well, when the teddy bear rug is spinning around in circles.
Yeah, they let you know pretty early on that it's a dream, I felt. But at the same time, if we hadn't revealed that she was in there and that she was physical, like, because at one point I was like, oh, it's going to be a demon thing and it wants to take over the kid.
Because
and
you got the reach through the wall.
Yeah. They did a great job of just kind of pushing you around, letting you figure it out for a while. Even the teacher's like, this is your new teacher. The first day after he hears the fucking voice. It's like, okay. Which road are we taking? It's like a choose your own adventure, and these are the choices they made as they made the film.
You don't know where that needle's gonna gonna land on. And the thing that I like is that it landed. It's not ambiguous. It landed somewhere, and they even managed to like give it a kind of ambiguous ending of you don't know what happened after the doctor and the fucking thing. But,
They're leaving it open for Cobwebs,
yeah.
the sequel.
Like Celine said, my heart will go on. Because he didn't kill her. He just trapped her. We're family.
So is he
Rookie
a good
mistake.
brother? That's the question I'm wanting to ask. Is he a good brother?
Pretty shitty son.
It's got to take some notes from Laurie Strode there.
Tell you
If
what,
we're grading on the curve, he was the best family member.
That was my Taylor impression for everyone who just missed it. But okay.
Well, technically, he killed 2 more people than the parents did.
I'll tell you what,
They just in prison. They didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
that kid
Allegedly.
is getting into whatever college he wants because that fucking college essay,
That essay?
is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened to me.
Either that or they're going to have him committed. Be like, this kid is definitely not coming here.
Late October, I was 12 years old. There was a scratching at my chamber door. It was my sister. She's a spider person.
I was 7 when I found out my 16-year-old sister was alive, and then she ate everybody in my house.
And goddamn, she's got a mouth on her.
I really want the writers on this movie to have a sister that it was based on.
I mean, I could see that. What else? Anything? I mean, It's a short film.
Covered
We
a
went
lot.
through the basics.
Lizzie Kaplan was great.
She was great.
Everybody in it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cast well.
Even
The-
Little Busey.
The driving brother
Yeah.
had one line, he fucked it all up, but
yeah.
you know, you gotta start somewhere.
They were not a smart bunch.
I did like the masks. That whole sequence, that was very fun.
You know what I enjoyed? Taylor telling us it was going to be fun right before it got fun. So I enjoyed.
That was.
Hey, watch this part. Hey, it was worth it.
Thanks, Taylor, for bringing this to our attention.
Hey, man, do you want to hit a fucking 5-iron off the goddamn fairway, or do you want me to tee it up for you? What's going to be more fun?
This guy.
Clearly, Taylor cheats a lot in golf.
Yeah. Out there making Christmas trees in the fairway.
I've lost track of these analogies.
Sports.
Basketball. Wiener dog. All right. Go watch Long Legs. Go watch Cobweb. I liked it better than Long Legs, I think. I
Yeah.
know.
I'd agree with that.
For sure.
More consistent in its feel, even though not consistent in its what the fuck.
Which makes it better.
Yeah, you can appreciate that. That's what I liked about Barbarian.
Yeah.
Taylor
Didn't
called
see
me. He was like, watch this, don't read anything about it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
15 minutes in, I was like, oh, that's why. Okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have gone down there.
Okay, thanks for listening.
How many Thanksgiving horror films are there?
We still have Thanksgiving.
I don't have anything to cut. I can't. Fuck it. Charlie.
Are we recording?